coming out with the Black Feather. They obviously had something up at their sleeves, and now they're going to be bringing it to the stage. And now Fnatic just going to be rounding out their composition. Where do you go to go against this TSM?
I think Arden makes the most sense. Oh, they're going to do a support Captain Grumpjaw, and Sky is actually a good counter into that Black Feather. However, it is CP Black Feather, so honestly, it's a skill match at this point because CP Black Feather has so much range, he can actually poke a Sky out. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to pan out.
It's definitely going to be an interesting one, and we'll see whether Fnatic can find their way back.
TeamSoloMid, let's get it on, guys. We are into the game, loaded into the fold, players making their way out into their positions respectively across the map. And we're going to have Flash X on this Lyra, of course, moving forward aggressively. He's going to look to get some vision out, see exactly what's going on. Sigil goes down, it provides him that vision, and if he gets into a dangerous situation, he can get himself out. But he boosts that very early, as he puts a little pressure onto Net2let. This isn't really a hero that you can pressure too much with a Lyra. A lot of other heroes you can trade out, you know, having the advantage. Not so much against the Grumpjaw.
Yeah, Grumpjaw, very, very tanky. Actually, Bestchuck NA, we're seeing a bit of a 2v1 situation. Well, not 2v1, we're seeing both members of Fnatic in the lane. They're up there with TSM. I'm looking right now at what everyone's picked up. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me spot him.
Yeah, of course they spot him. Flash is never going to move in without throwing that Sigil down first if they don't have vision. So a very nice job playing it safe early on. You can see Palma thinking about playing games. Von C as well. Von C's going to move in. He will find Palmatoro there. But look at that forward barrage. Nice damage out onto this Black Feather. But you have to be careful. I mean, just one on point and a jump in by Von C is a lot of burst damage early on. But as far as this lane matchup, Shingy, how do we expect this to play out?
Looking at this lane match, I would definitely expect Bestchuck NA to have the advantage in terms of damage. Techno JJ, we're seeing, if you look at his itemization, he's not really going for that early game damage. They want to be avoiding those fights, to be honest. And Bestchuck NA, we're going to be seeing him picking up that tension, but I think that's pretty much a given at this point. We're seeing all the Gwens picking up that tension, which just works so well with her boomstick that I feel like Techno JJ, they just really have to survive to the late game. And I want to be seeing a little bit more of a passive start in the lane coming up from Fnatic.
Alright, well, we'll see if Fnatic can go ahead and execute on what you're looking for, Shingy, early on here. And Von C moving up from the bottom, but Fnatic, they already have a target as they move forward. Target lock onto Flash. Flash eating a lot of that forward rush damage. Palmatoro with the first blood. I mean, that looked easy.
That looked very easy. He's got 3 Crystal Bits. That's doing a lot of damage there. Flash X wasn't really able to get away in time. And it's actually interesting, Flash X there as a Lyre with that Bright Bulwark, that cancels out a lot of the abilities coming out from Fnatic, especially Net2let. You know, that stuff we've been seeing is in some very game-changing teamfights in a lot of the other series so far in the past few days. If he is able to time that Bulwark, it just takes away a lot of the advantage that Fnatic could possibly have with their engagements.
Out of the performance of Kiana Nakoa earlier, I don't know if anybody can make the Bright Bulwark stops look as good as he did, but I'm sure if anyone can do it, it would be Flash. Flash moves forward, Net just kind of hanging out here. He's going to make sure that nothing sneaky happens in the lane as Von C continues to move through the jungle, farming up, just throwing out the on point there, just, you know, Von C things.
Just Von C things, just scouting out the area. He's really going for the all 4 crystal bits, but of course he's not going to have the same issues there as Palmatoro with energy-wise. You know what I would like to see? I would actually quite like to see a Frostburn coming out from Palmatoro. I feel like it would work really well going into the Black Feather. You know, Black Feather, he's got all of those gap-closing abilities.
Yeah, definitely.
And that Frostburn can certainly do a lot.
Buy you a little bit of time, even, you know, you get that Frostburn, Suri strike into a better position, abuse that mobility if you can. Sigil goes down, so Flash realizes exactly what's going on here from Fnatic's side.
Yeah, Bestchuck NA, he's got attention for about 3.5 minutes. There's a very strong power spike there in TSM, especially in the lane. You've also got Lyre there with that sustain. Of course, Palmatoro, I feel like Fnatic know exactly what's up. All 3 members are in the lane to prevent those kind of aggressive 2v2 pushes coming out.
Oh, they're going to drop down as a unit as Von C looks to take his mid. Dangerous situation as they move forward. Fnatic will be able to take that away. Palma moving back with the forward barrage there, doing a very good job. Yeah, as you said, Bestchuck, a really good timing on his tension bow there. He didn't pick up boots, but, you know, on the Gwen, you can get away with that with your skedaddle ability. Yes. Palma, target locks there. He's going to Suri strike into a better position as Bright Bulwark's down. Buckshot out to slow out Fnatic. They keep moving forward, though. And there is decent, crystal damage being put out here by Palmatoro very early on, and I'm a little bit surprised at how effective it's actually playing out here.
Actually, I think part of the reason was Fnatic, they were doing a very clever job there of just gaining control over that jungle shop, preventing TeamSoloMid from shopping, because actually all three members, prior to that kind of little skirmish there, all three members were sitting over 1,000 gold. They didn't want to be fighting, they didn't have the defense. We can see that they've actually picked a lot of items since then. So they knew, we just have to back away at this point, and then maybe we can actually go in a little bit more.
Well, making the smart plays, we'd expect no less at this point in the tournament, this far into the season here. Fnatic doing a great job early on. They do have the net worth lead 5 minutes into this game, up in the kill score 1-0. It's been quiet as far as kills go, but the action has been back and forth. It feels like both teams kind of doing a little bit of a research mission as they get in these engages. Now, TSM obviously sees Palma as the scout traps popped off, forcing Palmatoro to use his boots. 140-second cooldown there. So you have to be very careful. Now the buckshot comes out. Grumjaw forced to use his fountain there. Now Netwillet did not want to use that fountain, but he keeps himself alive. This is going to be TSM looking to apply some pressure. 266 damage onto Tetno coming out of that on point from Vonce's CP Blackfeather.
Sweetie on the analyst desk does say a lot of this is very much based on the skill. If you're able to dodge that on point, which does a lot of damage, as we see. You know, he's only got that heavy prism and I guess 4 other crystal bits, but it has a hell of a kick there.
I mean, I love what Palmatoro just did. You see TSM moving up through this choke point. Just hang back at max range, throw that forward barrage down, and they're going to eat some damage coming through. It's going to make them think twice about doing anything too aggressive. Well,
that's the issue there, with especially with like Gwen there. She's got a very short range. It's very easy for Palmatoro to use his forward barrage just to zone them away. And now that he's level 6 as well, he has a death from above. He can either use it to try and separate the two teams apart to prevent those aggressive engages coming from TSM, or he can use it very aggressively to trap them closer and allow TechnoJJ within range.
You know, if we go back looking at the past seasons when Team Secret won back-to-back EU championships, it was Palmatoro. He was riding the Sky to victory when he was playing with K Volifar and Mowgli. It is so good to see him back on the CP Sky here, and we'll see what he can do up against the #1 seeded in a team here. And they move forward. On point's going to land onto 2. Pretty good damage. Bright Bulwark's down early. A little bit surprising that actually came out, as it has such a long cooldown. It's going to be about 18 seconds before Flash could use that again. Flash doing a good job to throw out scout traps, using the move speed and the heal coming out of the sigil to kind of back Fnatic up there. And both teams, once again, just kind of poking and doing their little research missions again.
I certainly anticipate that in this game, anyway, Netwillet will be trying to force that bulwark out as early as possible. Because if he's able to force that bulwark out, Palmatoro is free reign with that sewer strike just to get around the members and just get onto Best Chuck NA and just burst them down. He doesn't really have that much Crystal's defense, actually. Neither does Von C. If he is able to get onto them, he does a lot of damage.
Lot of damage coming out here from both sides. Now this is a game where we saw Sorrowblade first completed for the Vox. Tetno, one of the players across every region that really loves this Vox. I mean, he plays this Vox a lot. And he does itemize games specifically. We see sometimes his Poison Shiv first, sometimes he's going to come out with Sorrowblade. I think a very smart choice here. Net moves forward, he's level 6, he does have the ultimate. Death from above is going to zone out, but Von C with the Rose Offensive into a good position here. Flares coming out. Fnatic not going to be caught out by surprise. Palma with the forward barrage from range, slowing them up with the Frostburn. Buckshot comes out, slowing up Fnatic as TSM move forward. And this is a skill shot based matchup here once again. Oh, the Wayforward comes out. Can they follow up here? Aces High is going to connect. Palma taking low. Oh, that tension bow. Oh, 431 damage comes out. Execute damage. Von C jumps forward. Another on point. Netwillet dropped very low. And Von C could dive if he wants. If anyone's going to dive, it's going to be Von C.
He misses.
Ooh, that Von C. He misses on that. But this on point, doing so much damage. And if he's landing that from range, you got to be so careful at this point.
Absolutely. That was how they were able to pick up the kill into Palmatoro. We did see the fountain coming out from Netwillet, but it wasn't quite enough. The health regeneration just wasn't enough to kind of avoid that on point. And especially when all 3 members of Fnatic were as clustered as they were, if that on point is going to hit all 3 members, and we'd actually see TeamSoloMid picking up the first turrets off the game.
No? Yeah, he was getting good damage out on the Best Chuck there. Right, Bulwark will go ahead and cancel off the aggression. Turret drops for Fnatic. Nice money in the pocket of TeamSoloMid as they do take the net worth advantage here 9 minutes into this match.
Yeah, tactics that they are, and now that Best Truck NA is gone, hope that just damage just coming out from Von C. And if you look at his itemization,
having a little crystal power, huh?
I don't think he has enough, to be honest, but Humanist.
Well, not enough for Von C's. Like, he's also crystal infused right now. That level 8 infusion coming out, and that I think that played a big role in our last engagement.
I definitely agree. Yeah. I feel that Fnatic, if they're really kind of committed for the fight, they have a very good chance, but they're being very cautious right now, and that's not a bad thing. That is completely not a bad thing. They're just testing the water, seeing how TeamSoloMid are trying to force these engages out, and that ace is high. I think that caught everyone by surprise. It definitely caught Palmatoro. The moment they managed to land the stud, we just saw TeamSoloMid just completely committing for that fight. And Fnatic, they're a little bit far ahead right now. They're not close to any turrets.
Yeah, Flash dropping that Bright Bulwark, maybe expecting a little aggression there. Nettolet does have ultimate available, so we do see the carry and jungler drop down to the jungle shop. It's going to be a crystal infusion in the pocket of Palmatoro's Tetno. JJ pops his infusion level 7. They're going to be looking for a target. Nettolet's grumpy, he moves in, the sigil's down. They're trying to find target. He will be stuffed up, moving back, but a lot of damage coming out as the death from above, zoning out, slowing down. Now Lyra taking a lot of damage, holding, drops that fountain, keeping his team alive at this point. More so keeping himself alive, but doing a good job for his team thus far. Now the sigil is going to boost up Von C and Best Chuck. As Von C once again throwing out on point after on point. This is such a skill shot based matchup here. And even when you talk about the ace is high, like if that misses, the fight can completely be reversed. If it lands, it can just devastate a team.
Oh, Vincent.
Another death from above coming down. Palma's just throwing this at will. 394 damage coming out of that on point. Von C's moving forward. It looks like they want to target. Palma's dropping low. Grumpy comes out of net as he feels the danger coming out. Frontside for his team. Palma, he takes the mid. He's going to have this region here. But Von C, he's locked on the net. But Tenno's up in the lane. Oh, he's not going to get Flash. Flash actually gets away on the sliver of health. Tetno almost finding that kill there. Best Chuck was with that buckshot. He's going to slow up. Tetno feeling strong as he can stand his ground as long as he dodges out that on point from Von C.
So close there to picking up the kill onto Flash X. Actually a very promising fight coming up from Fnatic. They split the they split TSM apart, and that was a very nicely done. Nettolet and Palmatoro, just I guess against the world here right now.
Yeah, I mean, Net obviously did an incredible job. I think it was Nettolet that split them apart, and the damage threat out of Tetno that forced Flash immediately back. Obviously, Von C doing a good job to apply pressure onto Palmatoro. Palmatoro doing a good job to pick up the region there. Now, Palma went for the Eve of Harvest as his second item. This is going to give him a little bit of sustain here on the map, and I think it's a decent item choice. Turret dropping low for TeamSoloMid as Fnatic applies pressure. They're waiting for Von C to make his way up. Von C is here now, hitting 2 with that on point, doing a good job. Maybe just connecting onto Palmatoro. A lot of damage coming out at this point. TeamSoloMid looking for a target, but who got who? It's Ned, but Ace's High comes out on Tetno. Tetno getting blown up, and with the fountain to come out to keep him alive as Palma zoning with that forward barrage as the wait for it comes out. Be enough to buy him a little bit of time as they're moving forward here, connecting onto Net. Net probably going to go down at this point. Tetno, no, of course Net going down, and we see the infusions timing out at Tetno and Palma at the same time. This is really poor timing for these to be dropping off.
It was definitely poor timing, and I feel like that fight just wasn't very nicely, it wasn't very well executed defense-wise. So we saw Nettolet actually picking up the stuff there onto Flash X, and that's the second time he's done that. And I can see why he's doing that, because she's a laner, she's got the heal, you know, you don't want her healing up the members of Best Truck NA and Von C up in the fights. Right. But then at the same time, Von C and Best Truck NA, they're landing a lot of damage there. And again, in that team fight, Fnatic, all 3 members felt very clustered together. The on point was hitting all 3 members, which is not the ideal situation, especially when you look at Von C's build. You see how much damage he's able to do and how much damage you're taking. At this point, you kind of want to think maybe we should be kind of just separating just that little bit. We've got a lot of mobility, we can certainly avoid it, but we're not doing that right now.
Well, we would expect these teams to be able to adjust on the fly as time goes on. I mean, maybe they get fooled once or twice here. We'll see if Fnatic can adjust moving forward in this match. I know if anybody's out there is a Sky player, you really know that when Broken Myth is completed for this item, that's when you're really going to come online. That's when the damage output is really going to start stacking up. So this is just bide your time right now for Palmatoro. And let's see if they can move forward, continue to stay alive, not lose too much net worth across this map, and hold against the pressure of TeamSoloMid. Palma has another infusion in his pocket. So does Tetno JJ at this point, as TSM continue to just apply pressure down the lane. And the farm coming out. I mean, Best Chuck doing a very good job to continue his farm here. Board barrage slowing up TSM, Vainglory getting connected by Flash X as well, just a little bit. Vainglory is going to go ahead and jump in. Death from above will be dropping down here as the wait for it's going to come through. Now they silence the Flash. Flash with the Arcane Passage back net on the front line. Look at that on point! Hitting Techno and Palma. You've got to respect that damage. Huge damage coming out. The nice damage coming out as Gwen finds a little bit of basic attack damage as well. Vainglory dropping low. Palmatoro finding the damage. And he does not even have that broken myth we were talking about at this point. The Sky already respectable damage. Palma finds a little bit of a target lock. Drops back. Loses vision. Throws that forward barrage down. This is a very tense matchup at this point.
Yeah, he's got that Eve of Harvest, which is just keeping him in those fights a little bit longer. And I definitely agree, because the way that TeamSoloMid are playing this game so far is that they're very much playing that kind of poke composition. We're seeing that on point coming out, does a lot of damage, they back away and just wait for the next opportune moment. And the same could be said for Best Chuck NA as well. They're just poking away, just dealing a bit of damage over time. And with that Lyre there, if Fnatic is able to get any damage, they just back away, they heal up, and then they go back in. Whereas Fnatic, they don't really have that same heal. They don't have a healer. They have Net Toilette on that Grumpjaw.
Three-man on point. Vainglory moves for a nice death remove, should zone them out. Net moving back. He's taking a lot of damages. Are they going to lose their Grumpjaw? No, he stays alive. Okay, he drops at the end of this. Techno trying to Sonic Zoom backwards, but how about 413 damage to go ahead and drop him down? Trant trying to find the root there. Palmatoro with the Suri Strike. Drops Vainglory! How about that? Palmatoro, he's locked on, but Best Chuck's there with Flash. They're going to drop him down. That's going to be the ace for TeamSoloMid. 15.5 minutes in. How about a Crystal Sentry? And what about timing as they can go ahead and start up on this Kraken?
I think it was all really down to sustain at that point. It was all about sustain. Fnatic, Palmatoro, he's got that Eve of Harvest. Techno JJ, he was very, very within range. Vainglory, just that on point. He wasn't able to dodge it in time. You do have that Sonic Zoom ability available, but he didn't have it at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of really want to be saving that the Sonic Zoom just to be avoiding that on point.
It is so intensely close of a match. Oh, we'll hold this. Nettoilette moving in his Kraken being captured.
Grumpjaw steal?
I'm getting very I mean, this is like exactly the same positioning, but a little bit different as far as the health bars across the map and the capture bar coming out of the Kraken there. Now, TSM doing a smart job to go ahead and drop that up, but Vainglory, you see a lot of damage taken out if he is the aggro target for this Kraken Fnatic. Throwing out their flares, trying to get vision and see exactly what's going on here. Net on the front side for his team just continues to buy more and more flares. They do not want to get caught out. Flash, you always have to respect the fact that Flash could Arcane Passage deep in and blow up one of these targets here. See if they want to do that or continue to poke. They want to let Vainglory land a couple on points, get the broken myth stacking up as he is doing so thus far. All of TeamSoloMid infused, Techno infused, as well as Net Toilette here. Palmatoro wants to complete that broken myth. Tier 2 turret's going to go down, and that was pretty easy. All things considered here. Net Toilette moves forward. Is Fnatic looking for a fight? Actually, you see he moves forward aggressively. He gets off that Atlas Pauldron. I don't know if it's worth it based off the damage that he actually took avoiding that on point there. TSM, look at that. Suri Strike over the top. Aces High going to be blocked off. Palmatoro. That was some skill play right there.
That was some skill play. We can see him baiting TSM down into the jungle, and the very nice. He was holding onto that Suri Strike just to get to the other side, just to kind of just draw them away from that turret, draw them away from Techno JJ and Net Toilette, who are both very low. It was a very tactical, strategical decision that he did, and it was very lucky that he's as talented as he is, because he was blocking that Aces High, not one of the easiest ones to block in the game.
So talented, so smart. Palmatoro,
player to watch.
Of course, I like when I can get to call him Palmatozo, but not this game. Maybe later on, if the situation calls for it. Flair's going to come out and realizing exactly where Flash is across this map. 5-2, 18 minutes into this game. I mean, I heard so many people that were saying, you know what, TSM's going to come in, they're going to roll through Fnatic. That is not the case here.
It's definitely not going to be the case, but TSM, they look like they're going to be going in for the engage here.
Yeah, they will, but Net, he's grumpy, he moves in. Death from above! Death from above, really connected with Techno, dropping low. Techno trying to get the damage out as the Atlas was applied to Best Chuck. Best Chuck dropping low, so is Fossy's down. Palmatoro, they've traded here. Techno, you got to be careful at this point as Net moves over the wall. Best Chuck, one attack should be able to take him down. Buckshot, there's the attack, the double kill coming through for Best Chuck. And Flash with the Arcane Passage, trolling out Net Toilette just a little bit there. Net Toilette applies his own Atlas Pauldron. Should be enough to get himself out of this situation, and it looks like it will be.
Looks like it could even be another turret there. TSM, Flash X able to heal Best Chuck ending right up there. And then in that team fight, I think it was just kind of the issue is that Fnatic, they're really struggling in the team fights just to output as much. It's not even a question about damage output right now. It's a question about sustain. Palmator, he's got that Eve of Harvest, he's able to heal right back up, but FlashX, this is what the Lyra is supposed to do. This is why she's such a priority captain pick for a lot of the teams here, is that she has this ability to heal the whole team right back up. The more Bold is healthy build, the more you're able to heal them right up. And
let's talk about this for a second. Can you break this down? Von C, 2 broken nits.
2 broken. It's all about that shield pierce, really. Tenno it's about building that shield pierce, the passive stacks, you get a little bit of extra crystal damage as well. And with the way he pokes, if you're looking at Tenno, he's got that Aegis, Palmator, he's also got that kinetic shield. Just the way that defensively that both of those have built, their main fear is Von C, because poking with his on point, he is hitting them every single time. You want that shield pierce to be going through. And as you can see, it is hitting like a truck onto Fnatic.
It is hitting like a dumpster truck here at this point. It's just massive damage coming through. Now, one of the things, you know, we see the net worth building for TSM, but you look at the farm score for both of these teams here. 186 for Tetno, the 182 of Best Chuck. I mean, this is really trading out very evenly. Same story in the jungle, very evenly being traded out. Now, Fnatic, a little bit of a strange position here as they come around the backside. Now, Flash must know what's going on. He drops the Bright Bulwark. There's the Sigil. Gonna give him the move speed and a little bit of heal. He moves forward for his team. Gonna get off that Atlas Pauldron onto 2 as Net tries to do the same thing from the other side. Wait for it, comes through. I don't know if that was the one he wanted to throw out. Buckshot's gonna slow up Tetno as Tetno tries to get on the Flash. Flash there. Palma taking a lot of damage. They've lost Best Shot. They've lost Tetno. Palma trying to kite back, but you can't get out of there. Von C, he's too mobile. That's too much damage. And next one, let's get him. One more. No, you can't. Wham bam. Thank you, Von C.
TSM with the ace. Actually, there's a really good fight there in that positioning. Tenno JJ. It was a perfect positioning for Palmator to land that forward barrage onto Best Chuck NA there. And they did pick up the kill, but again, it's a question. It's just that Tenno JJ, he's in such close range. It's just every time he's just dying so quickly.
But the damage is immense. That was the story. Our analysts talked about it from the beginning. If the abilities are going to be landing, targets